Yo, welcome back to the Double MB Mob channel, man. Today we are back with Mr. Johnny Cash. This is A Boy Named Sue, live at San Quentin, 1969. Now, I know San Quentin is a prison, and I know, or a jail, and I know that, y'all told me multiple times that he did free performances at local jails and prisons. So that's, for one, that's amazing. I wish more artists and people did that. You know, it's pretty cruel, the conditions that a lot of prisoners, especially what some of them are in jail for. Some people are falsely accused, or some people don't deserve the type of sentences that they have. So I don't know, it's just beautiful to see somebody willingly, for free, perform for jails and just do it out of the kindness of their heart. So that's amazing. And then after listening to Man in Black, and you know, his perspective on life and everything, it all makes sense. But A Boy Named Sue. Now, I know a lot of people don't like research, but I'm just too curious to know the definition or the meaning behind the title, A Boy Named Sue. Like, I won't spoil the song for myself, but I'm too curious. It's a song written by humorist, children's author, and poet Shel Silverstein and made popular by Johnny Cash. Gotcha. Okay. So it was made by a poet, and then Johnny Cash made it a real song. Gotcha. Well, y'all know what I'm trying to say. It was made popular by Johnny Cash. Okay. I guess they'll tell me the story of a boy named Sue. So, I won't spoil it for myself. I just wanted to get some context here. Damn, I don't want to spoil it. Okay, I should just listen to it, right? I should just listen to it. And I'm sure to give me everything I need. But A Boy Named Sue, that's just such an interesting title. And I really want to know what it means. So yeah, let's get into it.
Well, my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much to Ma and me. Just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now, I don't blame him because he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard, my wits got keen. Roamed from town to town to hide my shame. But I made me a vow to the moon and stars, I'd search the honky-tonks and bars and kill that man that gave me that awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I'd just hit town and my throat was dry. I thought I'd stop and have myself a brew.
Wait, real quick, y'all. Again, a couple of people, like, y'all somewhat answered the question, but you know, I really couldn't get a good gauge of what everybody was trying to say. But I recently asked in the Man in Black video, I said, does all Johnny Cash songs have a conversational feel to them? Like, from Hurt, Man in Black, and now this, everything has like a conversational tone. Like, he's telling a story, or you asked him a question. Like Man in Black, it was almost as if somebody asked, hey, why do you wear black? Or why do you always wear black? And then he just gave us the reason in a conversational way. This is like he's telling a story, but as if he's having a conversation with somebody. So let me know, is that like Johnny Cash's like overall tone or theme to a lot of his songs? Because I really like that. My favorite songs are like conversational songs, like Ice Cube, Today Was a Good Day, You know, like I love storytelling, but in a conversational way. I love that. And just to point out again, it reminds me of the Righteous Brothers, but not completely. But this hairstyle, what is this hairstyle called? Is it like it? I don't know what that's called. I'm envious of people who have a lot of hair, because obviously I'm losing mine. But like his hair, man, like that's just so clean. Like it's the Elvis look, but it's like it ain't quite Elvis, but it's like I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
At an old saloon on a street of mud, there at a table, dealing stud, sat a dirty mangy dog that named me Sue.
Okay.
Well, I knew that snake was my own sweet dad from a worn-out picture that my mother had, and I knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Are you gonna die?" Yeah, that's what I told him. Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, come up with a knife and cut off a piece of my ear.
Wait.
But I busted a chair right across his teeth, and we crashed through the wall and into the street, kicking and a gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. I tell you, I fought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. I heard him laugh and then I heard him cuss, and he went for his gun and I pulled mine first. He stood there looking at me and I saw him smile. He said, "Son, this world is rough, and if a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough. And I know I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I give you that name and I said goodbye. I knew you'd have to get tough or die. And it's that name that helped to make you strong." Yeah. He said, "Now you just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do."
You know something? That's so true. I wish more people like took naming their child more serious. Like how you like, and it's amazing. And I know this almost has nothing to do with the song really, but like it does in regards to the story and this part of the song and what he's talking about. I wish people just took more pride in what they named their child, because it's their name. Like that's what you come into this world with. That's what you leave this world with, and that's the only thing you really own in this life is your name. So that's beautiful. Like I like how he tied it together. Like I purposely gave you this weird name because I knew it was gonna have to make you tough, and that's dope. That's dope. I love how you put that together. Okay.
But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your guts and the spit in your eye, 'cause I'm the son of a bitch that named you Sue. Yeah, what could I do?
Okay.
What could I do? I got all choked up and I threw down my gun, called him a pa and he called me a son, and I come away with a different point of view.
Yeah.
And I think about him now and then, every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a son, I think I'm gonna name him Bill or George, any damn thing but Sue.
That was dope. I like that. All right, so now I could really do research. I want to know who this is. Well, who is the original writer? They made mention of it, but now I can finally like dig into it. Boy named Sue. Okay. Cash recorded the song live in concert, and this was February 24th, 1969. Okay, now we have an exact date at San Quentin State Prison for his At San Quentin album. Oh, he did a whole album based off of the performance he did at the prison? That's dope. That's amazing. The live San Quentin version of the song became Cash's biggest hit. I thought Hurt was his biggest hit. On the Billboard Hot 100 chart and his only top 10 single there, spending 3 weeks at number 2 in 1969. Held out of the top spot by Honky Tonk Woman by the Rolling Stones. The track also topped the Billboard Hot Country Songs and Easy Listening charts that same year and was certified gold on August 14, 1969 by the RIAA. Gotcha, released on Columbia Records. Talking Blues. That's a perfect name. Wait, that's a genre? Talking Blues. Talking Blues is a form of folk music and country music. It is characterized by rhythmic speech or near speech where the melody is free but the rhythm is strict. That is a perfect name for it. Made me drop my phone. Y'all know for the past, I've reacted to now 3 Johnny Cash songs. And every time I say I don't know how to describe Johnny Cash's style because it sounds like he's talking. It doesn't sound like he's singing. If that's a real thing, talking blues, and for one, if that really is a genre, I love it. That is a great name for a genre, talking blues. That is a perfect name for it because his voice is so like bland and like dry and like almost depressed, like the whole song. He was like, oh man, and a ride surprise, and he looked me right dead in the eyes, and like it sounds sad. It sounds like almost depressing. That's a perfect name for a genre, and that is a perfect way to describe Johnny Cash. Talking blues. I like that. Now I know what it's called. Talking blues. That is exactly what it sounds like. And once again, it's all done in a conversational way. And I love the ending. Is that really like how the original song ended? He was like, I don't know what I'm gonna call my child, but it damn sure ain't gonna be Sue. Like, that's dope. Is this it almost sounds like a kid's book. Like if you take out the cussing and like some of the violent parts, punching them right in the eye, like if you get rid of some of that, I would actually consider that like a children's book or something. Yeah, I love this song. And then to the video itself of the prisoners, they look like they were having like the greatest time. Like I'm sure this is something, if any of them, I mean this is 1969, I would hope a good amount of them are free or died free men. This was probably like the highlight of their life. Like that's amazing. Like just seeing how happy they were. It looked like they were eating. Like was he performing like in a cafeteria? I would think prisons don't have auditoriums or like I was trying to gauge like where they were. It looked like the cafeteria because it looked like I saw somebody eating. So hold on. Let me just I'm so in tuned into this now. Like I want to see Johnny Cash, San Quentin. Let's see what we got here. Like it really looked like the cafeteria, but I could be wrong. No, it almost looked like an auditorium. It kind of looks like an auditorium. Y'all tell me what that look. I mean, I see benches in front of them, but it looks like an auditorium. You know what? I'm not gonna bore y'all with me doing that type of research, but I'm gonna look this up. The San Quentin Johnny Cash performance. I want to get the when, where, how. I want to know how he was even able to do this. Like I would assume Johnny Cash was like a big artist at this time. So, like him, excuse me, him getting like the licensing and awarding or some sort of law official like granting him the permission to even do this, like that's another reason why I would assume a lot of artists or a lot of celebrities don't do this type of thing, is because they probably aren't allowed to. So I would love to know the history behind the whole performance. Like, that's really dope that he just out of, just randomly out of how he feels about the world and knowing that these men are forgotten men. And he said in Man in Black, some men are in there unjustly and don't even deserve the time that they got, and everything that he said. So it's dope that he just did that out of the goodness of his heart, just because. Like, that's so dope. Alright, man. Alright, look, Johnny Cash, you 3 for 3, man. I like all 3 of these songs. So far, it's still Hurt #1. I'm going to do this #2, and then I'll do Man in Black #3, even though I love all 3 songs. This is a 10 out of 10. I love storytelling songs. I do. So this is a 10 out of 10 for me. So, all right, give me more. Give me more Johnny Cash, man. I'm ready. Yeah, I can see why he's the legend that he is. So I'm ready to dip more into it. And look, y'all keep requesting. He has a biopic. I guess every new artist I find out about, they got a biopic, and I need to watch it. So, with Queen, we had Bohemian Rhapsody with Elvis. We had Elvis on the Patreon, by the way, both films. Still don't know if YouTube is going to allow the Elvis biopic, but we still trying to make attempts to get that up here. But it's on the Patreon in full. Like, even if you haven't seen the film, you can watch the whole film for $1. That's my, again, 100 Patreon giveaway when we get to 100 patrons. And then we got the 25K giveaway. So, bunch of giveaways going on. But if I have to, and I could tell I could tell I am. I want to watch. I want to know more about Johnny Cash. And y'all said the film is called Walk in Line or Walk the Line. But it's a biopic by with Joaquin Phoenix as the lead actor or portraying Johnny. I'm gonna watch that. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So as always, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time with the great Johnny Cash. Peace.